So right now we're here at my apartment complex. We're knocking out some biceps and some triceps. And I want to recap of the last video of God not being there. I figured it out, and I have the answer for you if you feel you can't feel God's presence. The truth is, December 31st, I decided to go out with a few of my friends. And I haven't gone out in months, like to a bar, months. And I decided to have a couple drinks. And again, my core values are like, I don't drink, it's not good for you, it's not part of my alignment, right? But I said, you know what, it's New Year's Eve, let me have a couple drinks. So I had a couple drinks, I was feeling good, and that decision led me to go out even further. I spent the night with this girl, and it was a long night. I didn't really go to bed till about 8 a.m. the next day. All right, I still woke up at 3. I still did my burpees. I still prayed to God. Like I took a nap. I took a 20-minute nap. We got home from the bar around 2 o'clock. We went to bed at like 2:30, 2:40. So I got about 20-minute nap in there. I got back up. I wasn't at my house. I did my burpees. I prayed. And it was all good from there. I had just a bunch of things going on. I didn't go to sleep till about 8 a.m. And so I woke up around 12. I was like, man, it's Monday. What's going on? And so not feeling God's presence He never left. See, in the Bible, it says, God, I am the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So God is always the same. We're the ones that switch things up, right? God's been around for a very long time. Jesus has been around for much longer than we have, right? And we're not his first child. Like, I'm not his only child. He's got many children, you and I, right? And so I realized that I switched things up. I changed. I went against my alignment. I went against, if a man is right, his world will be right. I went against that. I made some New Year's goals, and I told myself, hey, like, if I'm gonna be with a woman, then I'm gonna make sure I date her. And so me going against those morals and values, it knocked me out of alignment. I took a step away from God. He never left. And it wasn't until about yesterday, I believe, or the day before, yesterday, yes, where I realized that, because that was Monday. Tuesday, I was a little bit more off. Wednesday, I was off. Thursday, I finally got back on. I felt better about myself with my workouts, with my meals. Like, the alcohol left. And I was back on my nutrition, back on my workouts, back on everything. And it brought me closer to God. Again, I could hear him. And I want you to know, if you don't feel his presence, look at some of the things you're doing. Are you falling out of line with your character? Are you falling out of line with what you said you're gonna do, what you believe in, what you hold dearest to your heart? Because when we fall out of line, when we go against what we believe, when we go against what we said we were gonna do, that is when we take steps further away from God. You see, being close to God is a narrow road. You have to literally restrain yourself from doing what most people do, which is listening to the flesh, the pleasures of food, the pleasures of sex, the pleasures of just fun, alcohol, all these things, instant gratification. And so God always says, like, sacrifice and obey me, and you will get close to me, right? And so, let me move this up just a little bit. And so what I realized is he never left. He never left. I did. I made some decisions that I know he's not so proud of. And I paid the price. It's not that he left. I distanced myself. It's not his fault. But it was a great lesson, because it made me realize how close I really am to him, and how much I've been walking this righteous path. You see, the righteous path is the path between regret and the voice of him. What do I mean by that? So we have this voice, hey, don't do that. Like, my voice, there was a voice in my head around 11 o'clock that night. It was like, go home. Go home. Just go home. And I was gonna go home. I was like, yo, I was saying bye to everybody. And then I got to talking with this woman. I was on my way out. I was saying bye to everyone. And at one point, the voice came into my head again. It was about 11:30. And he said, Alex, just go home. Just go home. That wasn't me talking. That was God speaking to me. He's like, just go home. And I didn't listen. And I paid the price, but you live and you learn. I learned a great lesson from it. And understand that narrow road, Do I regret it? Yes and no. I'm like, dang, but it taught me a big lesson. And I was reading in a great book by Tony Robbins. He says, look, everything that you see now was at one point a mistake. People made mistakes to get better answers. So we've all have to make mistakes to get better answers. Can you learn from others? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm 29. I get told a lot that I'm pretty wise for my age. Well, I like to learn from different people. You don't always want to be the one making the mistakes. You can learn from other people's mistakes. So understand, God never left. God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're the ones to take a step back. So if you don't feel God's presence, it's because you did something that isn't aligned with what you know you should have done. And the more aligned you are with what you're supposed to do, the closer you are to Him. You take care of your body. You don't listen to the flesh. You make the sacrifices. You stay focused on Him. You pray to Him. And I had to go in and apologize. I apologized because I was so mad at him. You saw me, I was pissed. And it wasn't his fault, it was mine. I had to humble myself and ask for forgiveness and really, really be like, I'm so sorry, God, for acting the way I did. And it happens. I'm not perfect. I'm really not perfect. And I'm not striving to be perfect. I'm striving to be better. I'm striving to do the right thing. If a man is right, his world will be right. And so just don't give up on that. Check yourself. Check your ego. Where are you going wrong? We do more wrong than he does. All right? Remember that. We do more wrong than he does. So get back in the gym. Get back on your meals. Get back on your purpose in life. Well, what's my purpose, Alex? To make sure that you don't do the things you will regret. You know what you have to do. You just keep negotiating with what you have to do versus what you want to do. Remember that. But when you do what you have to do versus what you want to do, you're going to get what you actually want. Remember that. You don't get what you want by doing what you want. You get what you want by doing what you need to do. And if you're watching this and you believe in yourself, you believe that there's more to life, then that means you're meant for more. We all have gifts, but not everyone uses them. Stay on that path. It's a very narrow path. But it's a path that allows you to go to sleep feeling proud of yourself and allows you to wake up hungry and excited to go about the day. All right? Much love. Appreciate you guys.